Guys, did you know that your Sephiroth statue can actually glow just like this? See, the way it was designed, it actually has a very nice tint at the bottom of the base, which makes it perfect for LED installations. And with a bit of soldering and an SP110E controller, a buck converter, a capacitor, a multimeter, some wires, some solder, some tin, some expert knowledge in soldering, some expert knowledge in electronics, and you have yourself a nice LED statue. Only joking, guys, it's not as bad as I make it sound, but keep watching if you want to do this, because I'm going to walk you through every single step that I've done to actually get this result. It's actually really satisfying. You actually get an amazing result with this pixel LED strip, and you can actually control all these settings through your mobile phones. You can have animations, you can have a solid color, you can have a dark, you can have a bright, any way you want it, with a simple 12-volt power supply. Okay, so let's first disassemble this a little bit so I can actually move it around easier. And this just popped out, so I'm gonna have to super glue that because it's not fixated. So let's remove Sephiroth, put him aside, because this is what we want to work on. So this is the front, the back is here. So I think actually I should start with the output. So let's remember, the front is here. On the input, I meant not output, here. So I should make a hole here, or at least a temporary hole, so that I know that's where it's gonna be. So I've got two different soldering irons actually. I've got one, well, two different tips. I've got one that I use for soldering solder, lead, whatever you want to call it, and then I have another one that I use just for plastics, so that when I solder tin or solder, lead, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't have any contaminants from plastics. So I'm just going to wait for it to warm up, and then basically I'm going to want to embed this around here. So because since I'm working on my bed as usual, I don't really want to what's it called, Dremel here on the bed and make a mess. I'll just melt this. It is 280 degrees. I'm running it to 480, I think. So yeah. Probably gonna end up dremeling it anyway, just to clean it up. Yeah, if you guys do this, do wear a mask, because I'm a bit ghetto. I just YOLO things. Now since I'm reaching the bottom, I don't want to get the plastic onto the clear area. I'll use a knife, Stanley knife. Yeah, I need a knife. I can't find my big one at the moment, so I'll just use this tiny one. So let's get this cut. You see the way I have my thumb protecting? Oh, do you guys, can you see? I have my thumb to make sure it doesn't push into my other finger. Just get rid of that excess. Yeah, but that's not enough. I want it to go deeper. Actually, before we do that, I need to trim down this so it's nice and slim. But I need my Stanley knife. A bit silly actually, it was on the bed already. So I need this to be slim. But yeah, as usual, bed isn't the best place for doing stuff like this, but yeah, this is how limited for space I am, sadly, so this is a good work area and it's level to my chest, so I can see things very well. Okay, so is that enough? Let's have a check. Yep, that looks perfect. So although the cable is here, I think I could have the electronics here, and as in like the buck converter and Bluetooth controller, I think I could have it here. And the cable running back and forth to it. I don't really want to disassemble the cable any further because it becomes a bit annoying. So the best I'll do is this. I think just tidy it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't need to trim it down any further, I just need to fixate it in place. Oh, this is pretty loose, that's not good. See, oh. But it's still usable if I just fixate it in place so it doesn't move, and then it should be fine. I could just actually protrude it a little bit into some super glue and accelerator. Actually no, I will make it go a bit deeper so that when it's flat it's not sticking out into the floor, if that makes sense. So let's go a bit further down. Wear a mask, guys, if you do this. Actually I could just like push it in now when it's still warm. So it melts together. And I could push back this melted stuff. It's nice together. I mean, this is going to be behind everything anyway, so you won't, it's not like you'll see it. Let's go lower. I think I would prefer glue than the melting. And I'm gonna have this on top whilst I glue it in place. Okay, so I got my glue here. Let's estimate positionings. Yeah, I'm gonna protrude it a little bit so that this is on the inside or not. It looks neater like that because this edge could be hidden. Okay, so now we can actually just glue it in. Actually, no. I need Okay. Okay, now we can shove loads of super glue. And I'm gonna accelerate on this if it wouldn't move. Push it down. Looks like a mess from the back now, but we can sort this out later. Just want to fixate it. Oh my god, that looks terrible. But that will be resolvable soon. Let's focus on here now. So I want to get rid of this, to be honest. So let's not cut. I'm gonna just melt through it. And I'm gonna melt it downwards as well. Oh, that's not good, is it? I think it'd be useful if I had some pliers here. Maybe I could just do it up to here. Yeah, let me get some pliers. Okay, let's get this out. I'm putting the flat side onto the flat bottom and kind of like lifting it from bottom upwards. There we go. I'm just going to flatten the area. And remember, this area is the back anyway, so you won't be able to see that, hopefully. Because I did mess it up a little bit already. Just neaten this up as well, because I want to keep this area. Okay, that will be enough. So we're going to have a buck converter before it goes into the input of the SP110E Bluetooth controller. See that? Oh, that is zoomed in. Wow. So, what should we do? Should we open this up? Let's open this up first. I'm not going to need this. Okay, so let's continue opening this. And I use some what are they called? Clippers? Not pliers. These are like ones that come with 3D printers. I find it really useful. Nippers. I think they're called nippers. chipboard is on the bottom side. There we go. Got the chipboard. Throw this away. So the chipboard, okay, that's not enough space, is it? I need more space. So it looks like I do need to trim this down. Okay. Okay. And let's neaten the bottom up so it's nice and flat. Should start becoming easier soon. More satisfying doing this, because at the moment it's a bit annoying having to damage material. Feels like you're destroying the art piece before you actually make it nice. Nice art, I suppose. I mean, it was already very nice. It doesn't have to be perfect anyway, because we're just going to put acrylic tape on it anyway, and this area won't be seen anyway. It's like free anyways. Okay, that should be good enough. Let's just check. Yeah, the size is perfect. So now we can get onto dismantling this a bit further. So we actually got some usable tips. So I'm going to turn this one off and switch to my other tip, which is for soldering, like this. And place it down very safely. because of course it's at like 200, like 400 degrees, so don't want it melting anything. So let's connect it up. And I need some solder tin. Okay, now that it's warmed up, let's actually get into it. But I'm actually gonna cut it away first anyway, just to make it easier to start revealing the pieces that I'm gonna be disconnecting. And I actually put a bunch of solder on it to melt easier, so it disconnects nice. Should really learn my terminology, what is what, because I don't know if this is solder, tin, lead, whatever. Okay, so now I just melt them together. Until it starts moving out. I could actually hold it, start prying it like that. Oh, no. See, I'm rushing. I need to be careful not to put solder on the wrong things. Shouldn't be rushing. There we go. One off. I guess I'm rushing because this is a rather simple project, and I've done this process with this controller quite a lot. So yeah, don't rush like me. That was actually a very bad thing that I was there rushing. There's no need for it. So I'm just pushing and pulling. There we go. They're all out. And now we can actually... I'm going to remove this one as well. Maybe if I have this closer, it'd be better. Oh, this is a bit hot. Oh, that's hot. Got loads of melted plastic here, so I'm doing it very, very not well. Like, what am I doing? Why am I melting this plastic? Because it's kind of like fixated in place. That's why, I suppose. And if I continue cutting with the nippers, it has the potential to break the solder joint off. So that's why I didn't remove it. But like now, I'm just melting it together like an idiot. Why is it melting? There we go, that's good. Okay, I'll bend that in a second, but let's put some more solder on so actually you get things to flow. Okay, that was good to me. I don't want this metal pin there. Okay. Okay, they're all good now. Yep. Oh, that's hot. Yep. Now we're ready for... What are we ready for? we need to step down first to 5 volts, because the strips that I'm going to be using, they're 5 volts, they're not 12, and I like my connectors to be at 12, all of them, so I have them universal. Yeah, 5 volts. So here's my buck converters. What the hell, there's stiff ones. And this, I'm gonna need to have, let's think of where. So, I'm gonna need one side, maybe I could have in like that. Yep. So we could actually start soldering. Yeah, we don't actually trim this. We don't need to trim this. We just can actually solder right onto it. And so we've got the in points written there. Just spread this. In plus. Yeah, yeah, very nice and straightforward. Bend it a little bit. And where's my solder? Just gonna melt it a little bit further. And that looks great. And now I am going to use this that we got from the SP110E, and so I could actually just use the wires. Okay, so we need black and red. So, and I don't need a long wire anyway, I just need a little bit. Gonna twist it a little bit. Same with here. And I got a capacitor here. So this is just to prevent any voltage spikes. So I'm going to put where the minus is into black. Which is a negative, and this wire as well. Actually, I put the wire in first because the wire is thicker. Bend it a little bit, and then the red wire as well. Then bend it a little bit. And we'll set the voltage of this buck converter after we solder this in place, because it's going to be much easier to put the crocodile clips on the extended wires rather than these short terminals. Okay. And I don't want this to be too long. And back. Now we can actually solder it. Just like to adjust the position though first. There we go, that's a good position for it. So where is our solder? Let it flow through, it's good enough. Good enough. Yep. Then we can trim off the excess. Same with this side. So we'll have this like that. It's a bit long, the wire. You know, I could put this on later on, I think, maybe just leave it like that. I can put it under. It doesn't matter for now. I could just connect this. I do want this stuck down. Like that maybe. Okay. But no, I want to set the voltages first. So let's reveal some wire. So we can actually attach our crocodile clips. Okay, and I'm gonna use my trusty multimeter that my wonderful sponsor provided for me, and they are Kai Wheat. So they gave me this multimeter for me to review, and it works very well. And the previous one I was using was more analog in terms of it had like a physical wheel. This one is more digital. It's got an actual screen, and you can switch between menus with left or right functions, and it also has an auto detect feature, which is really great. So I want to measure the voltage and adjust it to 5 volts because, like I said, my inputs are going to be 12 volt. I want to step it down to 5. How the fuck did it read 5? Oh yeah, because it's just switching because there is no voltage at the moment. So ignore that for now. Let's get a power supply. Okay, so I've got a power supply set to 12 volts. Let's plug it in. And it's not plugging in. Why not? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's just really stiff. That's good. Stiff is good. Loose is not. So 9.8 volts. So we need to actually bring it down to 5. So I've got some ultra small driver bits. Because this buck converter has a really tiny potentiometer. Okay, so we go. And it's very sensitive. No, that's way too much, too little. Oh, too high. See how sensitive this dial is. Maybe it's because it went around all the way, I think. But you see what I mean? The multimeter picked up the voltage straight away, which was great. 5.7, there we go, getting there. 4.8, 4.1. I just noticed this is also has a bar that shows the voltage, and 5.5 I'm good with that, so I think we can leave it. But yeah, this little potentiometer, whatever you want to call it, it's extremely small, but we got there in the end. We got 5.05, which is great. So the multimeter did its job, love it. And now we can move on to connecting it to this SP110E. So actually no, there's no point of stopping the camera. Let's just continue rolling. We've got the correct voltage. We can disconnect the power supply for now. And we can actually, I think, fixate things inside here. I need to clear up my area first because it's a mess. So I'm going to use my acrylic 3M tape, which I love. It's like the best tape there is. So let's figure it out. You know, I kind of want this one to be stuck down first, I think. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Yeah, let's stick it down first, because the wire is going to be on top. And I'm going to have these pins going down here because it's closer in the direction it's going to be going. So like that. And then this, I kind of want it. How do I want it? Well, I could actually have it driving back for space saving. Space. Yeah, I could have it like that. That would make sense. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna fold it double. The reason for that is because the shape of the buck converter isn't uniform. It's like there's a lot of components that go up and down, and to actually fit around it, I'm just gonna double up the tape because it's a squidgy tape. So something like that. Yeah, I think that's perfect. These two wires can go back, and the plus is, I always get confused which one's which. I think the plus is on the middle and the ground is on the bottom. Let me double check my diagrams. So I was right. The positive is on the middle side, so we can cut this. I'm gonna need my soldering already, and the black will be further away. In the meantime, I can prepare the other cables for the actual LED strip that we're going to be connecting to, which is this. Or is this a bit too thick? I got other. Nah, I like this. This is good. This is good. Okay. So let's cut this off. It's going to be for the LED strip itself. And I don't want to disconnect them, like I want them together. What? Fuck it, no I don't. So I'm just going to prepare the LED strip now actually, before we do the soldering, while the soldering iron is warming up. And I'm going to use the usual colors for the strips: black, which is ground, red positive, and green for data. So let's tin the ends. And about the LED strip itself, and remember we need a specific direction. So if we look at the strip, the arrow is that way, so we need to start at this side. And this is already has tape on it, so I'm not sure how strong it is, because see what I mean, it just comes off. So I don't even want to use this tape. I'm going to use my 3M tape. So this is the double-sided tape, and I'm just going to peel it off, because if it's peeling off just by hand, it's going to peel off eventually, so I'd rather use my acrylic tape. So let's estimate how much we're going to need. I'm going to put it all the way around, and it's going to look amazing. There we go, up to there. So let's cut this off. There we go. So we won't need this, we will need the long one. So let's actually put the acrylic tape on first, because I don't want to fiddle around with it once it has the wires connected. Oh, this is very thin tape. No, I don't want to use the thinnest. I'll use the next to thinnest. Yeah, I buy quite a lot of this acrylic tape because it's so useful. Really struggling opening this up. Still struggling. Oh my god. Got there in the end, kinda. Okay, so let's put this on. Okay. So now I'm just gonna make sure it's actually connected nicely. There we go. And now I'm gonna solder on our wires. Okay. So let's have a look which is which. Doesn't really say which wire is which. That's strange. Why doesn't it say? Oh, there we go. The minus is here, so that's the black. I would assume. Well, I'll just show you where I'm going to put what. From my usual solderings, it's usually this side is negative, ground. Let it warm up. There we go. Middle is data. Let it warm up. And this is positive. So let's put the wires on. And I'm going to put them slightly at an angle, maybe. Good idea. There's my green wire. Sure, I cut it, didn't I? Oh, there it is. Green wire. And the red wire. Okay, and before I actually stick it on, I want to test it. So let's continue with soldering this. Let's put some tin on that. I don't want the tin going onto the clear area. I'm going to put it on the slight side. And the red. Now some pliers might be useful here. I'm gonna use my fingers, so if you guys trying this, maybe use some pliers or some tweezers, because it might get hot. Getting hot, getting hot. That'll do. And the black. Oh. That should do. Now we can actually do these wires. So it would be something like that. Let's just check the lengths. That will look great. Positioning is perfect. We need to make sure everything works. So ground goes to ground, and that wire will be that. You know what? I'm not going to shorten the wires. I'm going to fold them inside. Oh. See, this is why I didn't really want to do anything until this was fixated, because now you see I tugged it, and I don't like tugging solder joints. Bad idea. thing wants to be too long, this one, the red one, so let's trim it. And let's just connect it up. You know what, I can just do the permanent connection if it will work, so I would have it running backwards. So, let's see. Ground, green to data, green to that. It's a bit awkward now, isn't it, here? Because we have that cable. But that looks good to me. Make sure that the red isn't touching the green. Now we've got to be very careful here. Just move that out of the way a little bit, you know. I see the green, I think it's touching, so I need to desolder this. Let me reflow the red. I hope you guys can see it and my head isn't in the way. Good, I think. And now the green again. God, it's such an awkward arrangement, kind of. This is starting to fray, not good. Oh, it's such a nightmare. Oh, stop moving. Okay, I think we're good for a test. So let's connect this up. We have nothing coming out, which is not good, not a good sign. So what we can do is check the voltage. What's going wrong? Why is it not lighting up? So do we have power at the SP110E? Yes, we do. We have 5 volts. Maybe I didn't solder this nicely. And do we have power here? We do have 5 volts. So it's probably my soldering that's off. But what we can do is we can check that the SP110E is outputting. So let's go to the LE Hue strip app that I use. I got a video on this actually, if you guys need a tutorial. So I see a SP110E. And it's not doing anything at the moment, so it's probably my soldering. So let's go back a bit. Let's disconnect the power because the SP110E is outputting, which is great. But my soldering must have messed things up a bit. Maybe my connection is wrong. Oh no! I remember actually. Maybe maybe the is this correct? What are we looking at? Maybe my arrangement is wrong. Maybe the positive and negative is in the wrong area. I don't have any examples. What I can do, I think I can just disconnect this, reconnect the power. And actually, and let's desolder positive and negative first, because I assume it's that's giving me the problem. Maybe. Actually, what I can do, I can actually check the voltage at this part. If see if I soldered it wrong here, because if I didn't, then it should read a voltage on the output. So this should read 5 volts. If it does, then I did solder it correctly. Oh, duh, I haven't got it power connected, idiot. Yeah, it's reading 5 volts, so that's fine. So maybe what I did wrong was, yeah, I reversed the black with the red. So previously I think I had the red on the other side, so let's try it on this side. Or should I just solder it quickly? It'd be easier, I think. Would it be easier? I'm not sure. Just a temporary solder. No, still not showing anything. Unless I skip the first one, maybe. What's wrong with this? What if it's the actual app configuration that's wrong, that's not giving out the correct data signal, maybe? Let's just solder this together first. So, where is, oh yeah, disconnect it again, reconnect this. Oh, the hell, now we've got a connection, that's good. So, SP110E, and now I think we need to connect SK68 to get the correct SK68 RGBW. Let's try that. So we've got green, blue, red, that's correct. Let's try an animation. That looks amazing. Brightness, wonderful. Okay, we got working. So I wanna make sure this is soldered on nicely, because that was like a temporary solder, and now we know the pins. Which, yeah, that was the problem. I connected it wrong before. I reversed the positive with the negative because it didn't have any diagrams or like labels, what is what. So to be honest, I think this is fine actually. No, actually the black needs to be different angle, because it's going to touch the ground like this. There we go, that's good. And maybe a bit more solder on the positive, just to make it a bit more stiffer. Let's give it another test before I actually glue it together. Yep. So, moment of truth, we can actually glue it on. Oh, I shouldn't have undone so much actually. And I'm making it sure that it touches the top because I don't want it touching the ground. Let's just test before we continue. Yep, looks great. There we go. Got them all in there. So now we just need to hide these wires a little bit. Now how can we fixate them in place? Do we need to fixate them in place? Maybe just more acrylic tape, I suppose. Or do we need to? Let's tidy up a little bit first. So guys, I hope you liked this video. This, I think, went very smoothly, although we had a little hiccup with the positive and negative arrangement. That got resolved pretty quickly. So if we look at the bottom, actually let's do it with the LEDs on. And actually let's connect it to a cycling rainbow, for example. Well, yeah, that looks very simple, straightforward, and very neat. Let's go to the Sephiroth SP110E. And then I'll show you. Oh wow, you can actually. Where is it? There's my Sephiroth. And then check this out. Now this isn't very easy to see from the top because it's already got a tint on this transparent area, which is more reddish, which is why it's more prominent if you have the red color. If you do the blue, it kind of negates the red, so it looks more clear. The green has a more green tint, yep. Well, yeah, very interesting looks, and I love the outcome. If you want to do this project, I do recommend you get yourself a multimeter. It's very, very useful, and Kaiweets do incredible multimeters that are rather affordable, and they have a very nice display. Look at that. And it comes with all the correct and necessary required crocodile clips and pins. Terminals, I forget all the correct terminology for all these electronics names because I never actually studied electronics. I'm just like improvising and learning myself. But it's a very good multimeter. Get yourself one. You can actually find yourself a discount code in my description, so do feel free to check it out and get yourself one if you like. Guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.